And coming to you live from Camellia, Aklan in Numancia, Aklan in the Philippines. Just getting my cup of coffee here, my Copico Blanca, my 3-in-1 coffee of choice here in the Philippines. 3-in-1 coffee is coffee, milk, and sugar, cream and sugar, all in one. It's a powder form. You put it in your cup, and then just put hot water, and you're good to go. You're good to go for your cup of coffee. Very, very popular here in the Philippines. I can't think of anyone I know here that doesn't have a like 3-in-1 coffee first thing in the morning here. Especially like even at the sari-sari stores. It is common now to find in the sari-sari stores where they have a thermos, like a thermos of hot water, and jeepney drivers, tricycle drivers, they'll pull in there and get a cup, sometimes like a ceramic cup, sometimes styrofoam cup, put that Copico, their 3-in-1 coffee, hot water, and they're good to go. And usually at the sari-sari store, you end up paying like 10 pesos a cup. But for me, like I buy this, it's like 7 pesos. I get like 10 of these for 70 pesos at the grocery store. So about $1.50 for 10 cups of coffee. I mean, that's like the bargain for, bargain coffee. And it's pretty good coffee once you find like your brand, once you select your brand. I mean, I would say there's like at least 25 different or more, Nescafe, Copico, Manny Pacquiao even has a Manny Pacquiao 3-in-1 coffee. And speaking of Pacquiao, today's the big fight. Today's the big fight for Manny Pacquiao. Wishing Manny all the best. A whole country is rooting for Manny here. It's like the Philippines pretty much shuts down during a Pacquiao fight. I'll be amazed if everybody's eagerly anticipating the Pacquiao fight today. Gavin P, all right, my good friend from Brisbane, Australia. Well, I'm good, Gavin. Thank you for asking. Just getting stuff here organized. Dazzle and Leanna, they're still sleeping. But today we're going to James and Karen's Adventures. Their YouTube channel is James and Karen Adventures. We're going to their house today. It's Karen's birthday today. So we're going to help us with a celebration. Just greet her happy birthday. And should be a fun day. We're going there like around noontime is when we're going to. And looks like the weather's going to be good. It rained all night again last night. I could hear the rain from like the time I went to bed to the time that I got up. But right now it's not raining and looks like the sun, right there, the sun is like hitting me even. If I peek through the window here, the sun is hitting me. So it looks like it's going to be a good day today. All right, guys. Hey, perfect timing, Gavin. Perfect timing for the coffee. And speaking of weather, I always do a weather report now, part of my Coffee with Ginno. That tropical storm, Krising, that's the third like typhoon, considered typhoon of the year here in the Philippines. It's now outside of the Philippine area of responsibility. It's like north of Batanes already. So outside, it's not affecting the Philippines anymore. But this time of year, pretty much anywhere here in the Philippines, we get rain. We get rain because of habagat. It's called the monsoon season. Okay, my dog wants to go out. Chloe wants to go outside to take care of business. So hold on, let me get back to you guys. All right, baby. Chloe's pretty good at. We have a yard here, so it's fenced in, so she can't get outside. There used to be a little on the corner of our gate that Chloe had snuck out before, but mom like put these plant holders or pots, clay pots, like of her plants, strategically located. So now Chloe can't sneak out. So if I open the door, she can spend time in the yard, do her business, and then she'll bark. She'll signal me. She'll like bark one time, and that means like she wants to go back in. Toto is the same way with that signal, you know. So I know when it's time for Chloe to get back. And again, going back to the weather, but the rest of the country, the rest of the Philippines today, there's still like it says here, Pangasinan, Zambales, Bataan, Cavite, Batangas, monsoon rains. Again, habagat. So possible floods, landslides due to heavy to intense rain. And that's the thing with habagat season. Even here in Aklan province, during the past week, we've had floods. There's like floods in different areas of Aklan province. Like I know Malinaw, there was even a school that got flooded. Aklan River, it's been like every time I pass Aklan River, in the Numancia Calibo Bridge, it is high. It is almost like, I would say maybe another 8 feet to the top of the bridge, and that's high for here. Usually when I'm standing or when I'm driving through the bridge, I could look down and it's at least 30 feet to the water. So that water has climbed up at least 20 feet. You know, makes people nervous in Calibo because there's a lot of areas in Calibo that are low-lying areas, you know. And even the past week, there's been areas in Calibo, like Lacerna, Barangay Lacerna, they were underwater, like waist-high water in some areas. I think Chloe's ready to go in. Here we go. And here's my baby Chloe. I just wanted to show you guys. That's what she does. She'll come down the stairs, she'll do her business outside, and then now she'll go back up to Dazzle because she's a mama's girl. She loves her mama. She always wants to be with her mama. All right, baby, you're free to go. Release the Kraken. But that's just how it is for us here in Aklan province. We don't get hit by many typhoons. A lot of the typhoons in the Philippines, they go to like Eastern Visayas, Samar Leyte. They go Central Luzon, like Bicol region, especially Northern Luzon, like Cagayan, Ilocos Norte, Batanes. You know, they get hit with a lot of typhoons there. Here in our province, most of our rain that comes every year from July to December is because of habagat, the monsoon rains. And it's, you know, like I said, it's only, we're not even to August yet, and it's already, there's Chloe, I can tell. She wants to go up the stairs. And sometimes Chloe waits for me because she waits for me. Oh, no, she's actually just sitting there. She's keeping an eye on me this time. She wants to watch me. But like with habagat, usually July, we do get a lot of rain. July and August, I would say, here in our province of Aklan, is the wettest. You know, Dazzle's birthday's this week coming up. July 24th is Dazzle's birthday. My birthday's August 1st. And our birthdays are always wet. It's always like a lot of rain during our birthday. That's why we remember. Even growing up in the Philippines when I was young in the 70s, I remember my birthday, August 1st, was always like no school. A lot of times no school in Manila because in Manila, when it rains in Manila, it doesn't take much rain in Manila to cancel school because our school was in Intramuros, Manila. My school, Letron College, is where I went to elementary school, all boys Catholic school. And roads going to our school, like España especially, I used to pass through that every day on a jeepney. That always gets flooded. It doesn't take much to get España flooded. And until today, it's the same thing. You know, it's like, that's the 70s. We're already in 2025, you know, 50 years later. And if anything, it's gotten worse. The floods are getting worse because more construction, more cement in that area, and then the drainage system is always the issue. Same here in our area, like in Calibo. A lot of times it's not because a lot of times there's certain roads in Calibo that are um, maybe right river level, so the minute the river rise, of course it's gonna flood. And then a lot of it is like drainage into the river. A lot of the underground drainage, unfortunately, people like throw trash in there, so it gets clogged up, so that's why it's like very unsafe to walk in like rainwater here, because you don't know what kind of diseases you can catch, when there's rainwater. That's why I always advise people, just stay home, stay home, stay out of the streets when it's when get it flooded here. John C. All right, Ginno, greetings from Virginia. All right, Washington, D.C. suburbs. I hope you, Dazzle, and Mom. We're doing great. We're doing great. Weather's nice today. I think Mom has plans today, so it'll just me, Dazzle, and Leanna. We're gonna go attend a party at lunchtime. We're gonna be there at noon, so that's gonna be fun. It's like that's gonna be a fun activity for us, and it's always good to see friends. It's gonna be nice to just hang out, talk to some friends over there. Michael C. Hey, my good friend from Trece Martires in Cavite. Letting my Copico cool for now, LOL, still pouring. Oh, it's still raining. Okay, all right. Good to know, Michael. Here, it rained all night. I could, when I barely could hear like the rain, like I went to bed around 8, didn't get up to like 5 today. That's kind of like sleeping in for me. Usually 4:30 I'm already awake, but I did stay up because it's nice. We have our window open, and we have a sliding screen. And so I was getting a nice breeze coming into our room from the rain, and then I could hear the rain. So that always like makes me sleep even better when it's raining. It rained all night, all the way, I would say, till about close to 5 a.m. It rained, and then now it's not raining, and then the sun, I can tell the sun is up now, so it looks like gonna be a good day. Gavin P, let's go Manny. All right, let's go Manny. Everybody's rooting for Manny. That's all right. It's hard not. I mean, everybody just roots for Manny. Manny's such a cool guy, it's like he's been great for boxing. He's a great person, It's like you can't help but root for Manny, and it's like he's a legend here in the Philippines. Everybody loves Manny here. I mean, heck, he ran for senator and became a senator in the Philippines. So he could probably run again. It's like. HD, all right, HD, greetings and salutation. 1 hour until the boxing match. All right. But I know they do have a lot of like pre-fights and all that. Usually what I've learned with the Manny Pacquiao fights, it'll start around morning time here, about 8. But the big event, the main event usually is around noontime, about noontime. So noontime here in the Philippines. JB, hey, my good friend in Sydney. All right, Sydney, Australia. JB Manalang. All right, good morning. JB. The termite and ants nuptial flights happened after the rains last night. James had a swamp inside their home. It was likely termites. All right, I think that's just part of like living, more provincial. Dazzle's house is the same, like in Caticlan, on Mom's house. It's like they have a provincial type home. Their house, Mom's house is cement. It's got cement, it's got tile, but they're surrounded by like they have roosters. They have it's that province. It's that province living here. nothing that James and Karen can handle. You know, people here are just to the province people here. That's just normal. You know, it's like it's not a things like that happen all the time. You know, it's not a big thing. Chloe's so cute. Oh, thank you, Jay. I mean, Chloe's our baby, man. Chloe's 11 years old. Actually, she turned 11 June 6th. So she's now 11. Toto is 9 years old. So our dogs are getting up there. And Dazzle and I, we always talk about it. We're taking more pictures with them. We're taking more videos with them. We're just enjoying as much time as we want with them. Because, you know, I mean, when you're with 11 years, that's a lot of time, you know, for Chloe with us. Because we've had her since she was a puppy, since she was like 5 weeks. And then she stays with us 24/7, you know, in the house. She's always following Dazzle. When Dazzle's not around, she'll follow me. Now she's attached to Leanna too. She likes to snuggle up to Leanna. So she's our baby, you know. So we're trying to like just enjoy the years we have, you know, because, you know, dogs, unfortunately, they have that their life expectancy. We're hoping 15, 16 years with Chloe, we hope, you know, but you just never know with dogs, you know, so we're trying to like just baby her some more. And she's like she's our baby. She's like the big baby around here. She's like the big boss, actually. Everything, Chloe rules around here. I wonder if I wonder if James is going to add a sticker on the drone for the drone kills, like I suggested. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's kind of like, it reminds me, HD, of like in the Ohio State. My best friend, he graduated from Ohio State, and in Ohio State, when they made a big play on the helmet, they got like a number of stickers that they put on their helmet. That's what it reminded me when you mentioned that. Drone kills, that'd be pretty cool, you know. Of course, like fighter jets, you know, having the number of kills painted under planes. Daniel, hey, good morning, Daniel from Jacksonville, Florida, North Florida. We are getting 36 for about 5 days. If we just started our hot season till mid-September. So man, you got some time for your hot weather, man. That's like 2 months. 2 months of hot weather. Here, Daniel, I would say officially we are in rainy season. This is rainy season in the Philippines, in our area anyway, in Aklan province. This is officially the rainy season. Now I can expect rain August, the whole month of August, you know, my birth month. I can pretty much expect rain every day. It doesn't last all day, but it will either rain early in the morning or late at night, or even sometimes during the day. It's almost expected. The wettest time in the Philippines, in our area, Aklan Province, Panay Island, is July, end of July, August. August is like always so wet here, but we know that, you know, so to us, it's not a, you know, I actually like the rain, you know, I don't mind the rain at all, because I just have my cup of coffee when it rains, you know, and I open the windows here, cooler air comes in, you know, it's not so hot. It's not so hot here in the house, so I kind of prefer it. Let me just open the window. Yeah, our windows here, they're pretty neat how Camellia did it. They slide. The glass slides on it, and then when you slide the glass, you slide the screen. So, you know, no mosquitoes or flies get into our house. Lucita, good morning, Lucita. My good friend in Maine. All right, how's it going? It's all good. I mean, like I can already see it's gonna be a sunny day, and it still feels pretty cool. It's not like muggy hot this morning. So I actually went to a 7-Eleven because I had to get some a shaver so I could shave this morning. I don't shave often, but you know, I got me this big shaver, 2 pieces, like the big shaver. I don't shave all the time. I shave maybe every 4 days. It's like, but I do like to keep it clean and smooth. Leptospirosis, dengue fever, and that. Yes, HD. That's what I'm saying, man. I often see like in Calibo when it rains, you see many kids, many parents letting their. I'm sure it was the same when I was a kid. So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna claim that But now that I'm older and I'm medical, I understand there's all kinds of diseases that you can catch from, because when it rains, it'll flood in certain areas of Calibo. Water will be like knee high, and kids are playing. Kids are playing. They're running around in the rain. They're, how kids are. They're playing and they're getting wet in the rain. They're soaked on the flood water. So, it's just not safe. Because like HD was saying, all kinds of diseases could be in that water, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Go Manny, go Manny. All right. Hello. Ginno groupies? I don't know about groupies now. I don't know, Daniel, and Chloe is your supervisor. She making sure you have a good show. She is. I mean, Chloe's like I said, she's the boss around here. It's like we already know like certain barks. Like she has commands for us. Like one bark, I want to go outside, or like a certain bark. There's a certain tone that I want the more water. She's really particular about her water. That's why when we give her water, she's got a water bowl. When she's done, we have to replace it. She doesn't like old, and we don't want to give her old water anyway. We always replace her water. Same thing with Totoy. That's why they're healthy. They've been super healthy. Totoy and Chloe, for their age, 11 and 9 years old, they've not had any issues. It's like, which we're happy. We always walk them in the morning. Okay. Oh, I see Totoy going upstairs now. They like going up and down the stairs because of Leanna. Because the minute they feel like Leanna's getting up, they're like wanting to be around Leanna. Leanna plays with them a lot. Leanna likes to rough play with them, like rub them, like tickle them, and they like that. Both dogs like that. He is fighting at 40. Yes, he looks good, man. I watched the weigh-in. Man, he looks good. 46, he was like flexing. You can see all the, same Manny that I remember. He got the Bruce Lee. He got the Bruce Lee body, man. So Manny's ready, man. I've been watching all the sparring, all the training. That's one thing about Manny. It's like he always trains hard. He trains hard. He's fit. He comes into a fight ready. If anything, over the years, sometimes Manny gets distracted with all the, I remember one year he had a fight and he would have like a concert before the fight. He gets distracted because of media. The media always demands so much of Manny. But man, I've never seen Manny come into a fight where he's out of shape. Or he always comes in there, he might have a lot of distraction. And I think this fight, I don't think he's got that. His laser focus, that if anything, the 4 years of not fighting, I think helped him because recuperate his body, get away from the boxing fight. It's like, I think he got a chance. He's got a chance tonight. So everybody's rooting for Manny for sure. He looks good. I mean, he looks good. Watching all the sparring sessions and then weigh in, it's like looks really good for tonight's fight. And I know Manny, it's very important. I mean, you can see it in his interviews over the years. Very important for Manny to make a good fight. It's not going to be one of those fights where they're just going to be dancing around the ring. Manny wants to duke it out there, want to give a good show. It's pay-per-view. He wants to make sure that people get their money's worth. People say, hey, man, at least win or lose, he went out there swinging. It ain't going to be like he's going to like dance around the ring. He's going to be fighting tonight, man. Yeah, HD was funny seeing James eliminating the termites. With the drone? With the drone? I didn't see that. I'll have to watch it now, man. I have to watch it now. I slept pretty early last night. I wasn't watching video. You know, I always try to, especially I was still getting over the cold. I don't have the cold now, but I want to make sure, you know, I'm well rested for the day. I always have to pace myself, and thank you to Horace, my good friend Horace. He reminds me, you know, I'm a cancer recovering patient still. You know, I can't overdo it. You know, it's like that's why I'm easing up on the making the videos. You know, these live streams are actually easier on me. I can do live streams, but the videos take a lot more because I have to think about it, I have to record it, I have to edit it, you know. So live streams, I can just pop on the live streams and I can see you guys, talk to you guys, and so it's a lot easier. And usually, since it's in the morning, I've had a good night of sleep. I'm just having a cup of coffee, so it's perfect time. Oh, my friend David, I got a message. Emily at Walker Park. All right, David Belchan. He messaged me on Messenger. He's my friend in Canada. He's me old mucka. He teaches me like British because he's from Canada but originally from Great Britain. So he's got that my mate from he's got the British accent when we talk. He's teaching me me old mucka. That's funny. You used to eliminate the termites with the drone. The Pac-Man would be a knockout president. Daniel. And it was actually effective. Sergeant Jeb with the jokes. I mean, I'm crying with humor. I bet they have already started over. Oh yes, I'm sure, man. Here in the Philippines, usually if there's a birthday party, a christening, an anniversary, any party, usually here in the province, it's the day before. It's all the prepping, you know, the slaughtering of the animal, usually chopping. Usually, group of people like you know, it hasn't changed. You know, for Filipinos. That haven't been back to the Philippines in a while. It hasn't changed in the province. It's the same in the 70s. When I go to my, David just said it's hot and humid in Canada. Same thing, you know, in my province when I visit my relatives in Bulacan. Bulacan is my province here, San Rafael, Bulacan. When I visit them in Bulacan, when I come, you know, they'll have a welcome thing. You know, and they'll usually slaughter a pig, and everybody's cooking the day before. The day before is like when all the cooking. The day of the party usually is like just serving it. You know, serving all the food, and they invite a lot of people. That's one thing about province life. When people in the province, when they have a party here, they invite the whole barangay. You know, there's gonna be lots of people. It's never like Dazzle and I. You know, I've adapted more of like the American style of celebration. Like when we celebrate our birthdays, it's usually Dazzle and I and just maybe 5-6 people, you know, close family will go out to dinner and have a cake at dinner. Or even Dazzle's upcoming party, we'll do it this coming week at the karaoke bar. You know, it's gonna be a small group. But when if it's a province party where people cook and the whole neighbors are invited, like I said, the whole barangay is invited. So I'm expecting a lot of people at James and Karen's house today. Laughter is the best medicine. It sure is. I mean, we got, you know, with all the stuff that's happening in the world, we have to laugh often, right? We have to laugh often. That way, I did make some notes just in case we run out of topics, but lately we haven't. Lately, I have to go, man. My comment things, you know, I can't get to the bottom with a lot of comments, but I did come up with like topics today just in case we run out of topics of discussion. So I'll try to bring some of this up. a friend of mine had asked me this past week about Medicare because he's turning 65 in a week, and he's been here in the Philippines. He's been here for close to 3 years now. He's going on 3 years. Uh, I guess he gets his mail in the U.S. still. He's got relatives in the United States that gets his mail, opens up his mail for him, takes a picture of the mail, and he told me that he got mail from Medicare because he's turning 65 soon. And it just on the form it just told him whether he's gonna be 65. I guess there's part A, part B. He has to decide whether to accept or decline because what happens, he was telling me, if he accepts Medicare, it takes out about $180 from his Social Security that he currently receives, and that's a good chunk. $180 is no joke. To be like taken out of somebody's a monthly income that he's getting here in the Philippines through his Social Security, for them to take out 180, and he's pretty healthy. He doesn't have any medical issues. And so he was just trying to run it by me on what I think and what I've seen people do it. And a lot of the people here in the Philippines, what I've seen, just my observation, my personal observation, a lot of people prefer to turn it down. I'm not saying do it. If you're here, turn it down, that Medicare Part B, the 180. But a lot of them do because what they do is they have enough money here. They have an emergency fund just in case of medical care needed here. They built a nice emergency fund here. And then cost of medical here is not expensive. Again, depending on where you're at in the Philippines. Of course, not medical care here in the Philippines, you have to be careful because they're not created equal here. You have to do your research. I always tell people, do not assume if you come to a province here that you're gonna get good medical care. They're not all provinces are. There are provinces here in the Philippines where they don't have good medical care. Just because there's not a facility. When I say they don't have good medical care, like a province where I don't consider they have a hospital that's like able to do heart surgeries, things like that. Or there's provinces here in the Philippines where the whole province doesn't even have an MRI machine. So those kind of things. So it's always good if you research the area where you're coming through. Make sure that there's medical facilities nearby. And then going back to the Medicare thing, like I was saying, a lot of people decide not to pay into Medicare when they turn 65 because it's $180 a month. You're looking at that's over $2,000 a year. Paying on something that if you're here in the Philippines you can't use. There is no Medicare here in the Philippines, so a lot of times if you do pay into it, a lot of times you would have to fly to the United States to use Medicare insurance. So that he was just trying to run it by me, trying to give my thoughts about it, what other options that he has as far as insurance staying here. But what I have seen, most people that I have seen here, they do elect to not sign up for Medicare because they know they don't have Medicare here in the Philippines. So they just decide that $2,000 a year, they just build that. They put it into savings, then hopefully, add that 4 or 5 years so that, adds up to $8,000, $10,000. Keep building that emergency medical fund here. But they are pushing a law. I know I did a video on that, the Medicare portability. It's a bill they're pushing right now. It's gonna go up. It's on the FY 2026 budget come 1 October. So 1 October, if that bill pushes through, it will allow Medicare in certain countries. Not all. There's a list of countries. United States allies and in Philippines being included in one. It's doable. I really think because they already have a medical care system here in the Philippines in place to prevent fraud, to prevent like misuse of Medicare here. Because I use the insurance. It's called TRICARE medical insurance here for United States military retirees. That is our insurance here in the Philippines, and it works. It had fraud before, back in early 2000 to 2004, but ever since then, the past 20 years, there hasn't been any fraud with TRICARE here in the Philippines. So I think it can work. It can work. So they have a blueprint. They have a blueprint already of a system that they can copy and follow. There's already hospitals in the Philippines that are TRICARE certified and TRICARE preferred. Hospitals that have been vetted by TRICARE, that they can trust, that don't cheat them. Unfortunately, when TRICARE back in the early 2000s, there were hospitals that cheated TRICARE, that committed fraud. So that's why even TRICARE now is so strict here. It's like not easy for them to commit fraud anymore. Hello, party time, party time. All right, Mom Janet, party time, party time. And looks like we're gonna get good weather today. I mean, the sun is up. The sun. That's a good sign. I do not see any rain clouds, so it's gonna be a good party time. And Filipino parties are fun. It's like lots of food, of course. It's like you go to a Filipino party, it's overabundance of food. It's like people here when they party, it's like they just cook so much food. And actually, a lot of times they have like a to-go thing too. People are like, they cook so much food that like, hey, please take some food home. Please take some food home. So, and then karaoke, I'm sure, singing, games, I'm sure they're gonna be, people just know how to have a good time in the Philippines. It's like people know how to have fun here. Just make sure you don't add the S for the start in front of the laughter. I concur, 1000%. I just try not to. All right, Janet, hello. That's funny. JB, they prepared a day early cooking. Watch the live before. Yeah, that's what That's what I mean. You can't prepare during because it's a lot of work. But here, the one thing here when you throw a party, there's always so many people willing to help, even just chopping. There's an abundance of people here that you can find that will help you. People, it's almost part of the party here. The day before, the cooking and the prepping, that's part of the fun, because when you're doing that with family. You're kidding around, you're joking around. That's part of the fun. It's like prepping, because a lot of times there's already drinking involved before the day of the party usually. Tonight, the fight. Yes, big screen. All right. Gertrude Stein. Hello from Anchorage, Alaska. All right. I've been to Anchorage, Alaska before. When I used to be in the United States Air Force, when I was active duty, I used to fly into Elmendorf Air Force Base. And then usually when we go on the military planes, military hops, when we land at Elmendorf, there's like maybe the flight to go to the stateside would be the next day. So we usually have a night or a bunch of hours in Anchorage, and we would like go to town and just like take pictures in town, hang out in town. So I remember I got pictures that when I was in Anchorage, Alaska. I used to do that because I was stationed in the Pacific. I was stationed at Clark at Angeles City. I was stationed in Suwon Air Base in Korea, and I was stationed in Misawa Air Base, Japan. Those 3 assignments, every time I wanted to catch the military hop going back, military hop were like nice to take because they didn't cost us a lot of money. It cost us like $10 to fly from uh, Southeast Asia all the way to the United States. It cost us $10. They were military aircraft. They used cargo planes a lot of times. We can ride the cargo planes. And that was the route. It was always like, the route was always Japan, then to Anchorage. And then from Anchorage, there was either McCord Air Force Base in the state of Washington, or Travis Air Force Base in the state of California. That was the route of like the military hops when I used to be in the military. They were fun. They were fun to take the military hops because, you know, they're inexpensive way for military personnel for us to travel. Yeah, Janet was there on yesterday's live. I bet they had little sleep and then back to cooking. Yeah, that's you know, I would you're more likely right, JB. You're more likely right with that. A lot of home cooking, right? A lot of home cooking. Those are the best kind, you know, home cooked meals and home cooking. That's what, they had a swarm of flies. Now a cleanup. They didn't expect that. Oh, it's all right. That's just part of province, the part of province life. Termites. Agree. Manny takes his fight head on. Watch it again. Karen said, huge flies. Here we go. Trust me, you can zoom in and take a photo and compare termites in the nuptial flight photos. Flies don't have those wings. They're either flies or termites. They're either flies. Brian, hey Brian Darden. Brian, hello Brian. Yeah, I'm sure it's nothing that James and Karen can't handle. You know, that's how it is here in the Philippines, man. You know, like I mentioned before, stuff happens here. You just gotta go with the flow here. At least we're having great weather. I mean, at least it's sunny. I mean, you can see the sun here. It's hitting me. You know, it's like it's gonna be great weather for the party. Was good fun at their live yesterday. James waiting around for the first batch of lumpia. Quality control. Quality. Man, I can't wait to taste that lumpia now that you mentioned lumpia, JB. I haven't had lumpia in a little bit here. Man, when was the last time? It's been over a month since I ate lumpia, man. And those homemade lumpias, they're always a lot better than the store-bought one. Oh, don't worry about mine. All right. My answer, JB, watch the replay, make your own assessment. Yeah, I saw the video. I'll have to watch the video now. I'm curious now, you know, after the live stream, I'll go watch the video. Details matter. You can say it doesn't, but people get killed. It's a family round up and rodeo on my nephews. Ooh, that sounds like fun. Round the family rodeo. I went through a couple of rodeos, man, when I was in San Antonio, Texas. You know, when I lived in San Antonio, Texas. I don't claim that I'm from Texas now, like the one viewer mentioned. I did live in San Antonio, Texas, and every year they have a rodeo. They had a rodeo in San Antonio. Now I went a couple of times during my 5 years in San Antonio, Texas. I skipped Medicare this year to save 100 nearly. Okay, yeah, exactly right. Okay, till next year when I move to the field and have far less demands on my retirement. Yeah, like Daniel, when I was talking to my friend, and when people ask me about that, because I'm not that age yet, I'll turn 59 here in a couple of weeks. It's like, I mean, maybe 10 days, less than 10 days, I turn 59. But 65 is when I'll be eligible for Medicare. But more likely for me, if when I get to that age, I can't. For one thing, for me, because I'm retired United States military, I'm not allowed to like cancel my. I guess I'm allowed, but if I do, I lose my TRICARE. So I can't do that. TRICARE's my insurance here in the Philippines because there's no Medicare here. It all depends. It all depends if eventually they have Medicare here in the Philippines. What happens with us United States military retirees here, Daniel, is when I turn 65, I have to sign up for Medicare even though I can't use it. It's the weirdest thing, right? I would have to pay the 185 a month, even though I know I can't use it here in the Philippines, in order for me to use TRICARE. Because here in the Philippines, when I turn 65, I'm supposed, even in the US, if I turn 65, I was living in the US, Medicare is supposed to be my primary insurance. Then TRICARE becomes my secondary insurance. But because they don't have Medicare here in the Philippines, I can use TRICARE here in the Philippines, but I have to be signed up for Medicare. So right now, the way the law is written, I still have to pay into Medicare. Oh, there. All right, there's mom. She's all dressed up already. Mom, she has a place to go today, so mom is like heading out this morning. Dazzle and Leanna, they're still sleeping, but I have to pay into Medicare here in the Philippines when I turn 65, even though I can't use it here. It's like the silliest thing, right? I'm paying $185 for something that I can't use, but I understand. I follow the law. I'm a law-abiding citizen. It's like. Whatever they want me to do, I understand because I'm just happy I have insurance here. That's huge for me, to have insurance for myself and Dazzle. That's like one of the reasons I'm able to retire early in the Philippines is because I have good medical insurance here. And I don't mind. I don't mind paying for my insurance payment for Dazzle and I is about $400 a year. I pay $400. I can't complain about that. For coverage for Dazzle and I. I mean, to me that's inexpensive. But a lot of people, Daniel, they end up making that choice of turning down Medicare when they live here in the Philippines. Because they want to keep that $185 a month. But it's an individual choice. I'm not gonna, it's like it changes from person to person. Yeah, one person says, "Well, I'm keeping it because I want to be able to fly to the U.S. and get my medical care." Some people will say, "Well, I'll never fly to the U.S. I'll get my medical care here." So it's a person to person decision. It's like I don't think anybody is wrong or anybody's right. It's an individual choice. That's why we got individual minds. We all get to choose what we want in life. And I always think that, when I assist people, when they ask for my help, coming here to the Philippines, I was just talking to my friend Brian this morning from Galveston County in Texas. And I always tell him, it's like, all I'm doing is like giving recommendations from people. I don't make the decisions for them. It still comes down to the person deciding to come here or not. I'm just trying to show them like the good, the bad, and the ugly. That way they can make a good decision. But ultimately, I'm not the one buying the ticket to fly to the Philippines. Like my friend in California, he bought his ticket to come here on September 4th. That's like, that's only like 5-6 weeks from now. Never been to the Philippines. He's flying to the Philippines on September 4th. We got a lagoon and a midi paddle boat. Yeah, all right. Those are fun. The midi paddle boats are fun. They have those at Loola's fish farm. We've actually tried it before. I never tried it again because like there was water getting into that wooden boat, Mom Janet, and you had to like scoop the water and like dump it. So I said, this is the last time we're going. And I've actually seen a group of kids, they're like teenagers. They're like 15, 16, and their wooden boat sank. But the good thing is the water where they sank is only like waist high. Of course they got muddy water, but they're all laughing, of course, teenagers. To them, that's a fun experience. But I wouldn't want to like sink even on shallow mud water like that. Family gathering always fun, although Kim tiring. Yeah, gee. Have fun, Mom Janet. Have fun. I'm still smiling. Vincent, all right, Vincent Santos. You got the shaka, my brother. It's their first time seeing me since surgery, so it's gonna be great fun. Yeah. Family's always fun, man. It's like family get together is always fun. Daniel. Sorry, your jokes make my day. Make my day. You got good humor. Love it. All right. Crack me up. Who is joking, Daniel? Who is joking? Edgar. Hey, Edgar. Good morning, Edgar. Looking like Ronald McDonald. I was thinking it was good you guys got downpour yesterday, so hopefully nice and sunny day. Yes, I mean, it is going to be sunny, man. I'm looking at the sun like, look, it is bright. I mean, look at it that from my hand. It is bright. And it's only 8 a.m. It's like bright and sunny already. So it's going to be a good day. A real blessing. It's a real blessing for today. That one hurt. Make me laugh. Jim Belushi. Oh, Jim Belushi. I remember Belushi. The Blues Brothers. Prepping is definitely part of the fun. It brings all the family together. It's almost, yes, right, JB? That's what that same thing at Dazzle's mom's house in Katiklan when we have a get together there. They cook outdoor. They have that outdoor. It's kind of like a metal, just like a metal pipe. They cook all the big pots, right on the ground. Wood. They use wood, and it's just like you said. It's a fun because everybody's joking around while teasing each other, teasing on who's the best cook, who's the terrible cook. Always good fun. That's why I enjoy life here in the province. My life changed so much. Coming here. It's like. Dazzle's family, mom, the nephews, the cousins. We have a great time anytime we get together. It could be at their house. It could be by the river. It could be anywhere. The minute we all get together. And we're going to get together for Dazzle's birthday party on Thursday at a karaoke bar. So, that's going to be fun. It's like in a karaoke bar, just a family just getting together and just laughing and having fun. To me, that those are the memories that I enjoy the most. It's because priceless to me. It's like as I gotten older, it's like I appreciate those moments even more because you just never know. Like I said, I always say, you just never know. It's like we're blessed that we're able to enjoy the time that we have. So. I always tell people, man, you can't take anything for granted. Any opportunity to celebrate with family, any opportunity to laugh with family, man, that's a blessing. That's a blessing to me. All right, Mom. Stay safe. All right, take care. Oh, no worries. Mom is heading out. Dazzle and Leanna, they're still sleeping. So party time is party time. All right, Mom Janet. Party time. Have fun. Have fun, Mom Janet. Have fun. Totally agree. Hey, JB, it's killing me to get rid of my prepping stuff I have built up over the last 20 years. Oh, I can imagine. I can imagine, Daniel. I remember that. I remember my time too, Daniel. For me, I think the hardest stuff I had to get rid of when I was in Tucson, Arizona. I lived there my last 7 years in America. I was big on cycling. I was big on cycling. I was a road cyclist when I was in Arizona. I would like road cycle all over Arizona, Casa Grande, Phoenix area, Bisbee, you know, name it. Anytime there was like a road bike tour, is what they call it, I would join the tour. And I had friends from Tucson. We would ride our bikes on Saturday and Sunday inside Tucson and outside Tucson. And usually the rides that I participated in would be like 50, 60-mile rides, you know, on a Saturday or Sunday. And those were my thing. You know, that was my thing to do when I was in Arizona. I loved road cycling. I was big. And of course, I had a lot of gear, you know. I had a mountain bike and I had two road bikes. They filled my garage in Arizona. It filled my garage because, like, you know how it is in the U.S. You know, that was my hobby. That was my thing. I was gonna get good equipment. You know, here I was. I'm fit. I'm retired. I had a pension. I had a good job. So I wanted the nice stuff, and I had that. I even had the trainer where I clip my bike when it's raining outside. I would train inside my garage. I had, like, of course, cycling gear, shorts, shirts, you name it, gloves, helmets, just glasses, sunglasses. I just had so much stuff. I think that was the hardest for me to get rid, because that was part of my life when I was in America, the 7 years I was in Arizona. And it meant, even the jerseys that I remember the jerseys where I got them and why I picked them, so, but I was able to hand it down to some, my friend in Phoenix, Rommel. He got some of my cycling gear, and then some friends in Arizona. So, at least they went into good hands after I was done with them. But that was hard. That was hard for me to get rid of my bicycles and my bicycling gear because I didn't bring anything. I brought one jersey. I brought one of my favorite jersey, Arizona jersey, that I still have. That's the only thing I brought one jersey and one mountain biking shorts because I knew I was gonna wear that. Even here in the Philippines, I was still gonna mountain bike, but I just didn't bring a lot of stuff. When I flew to the Philippines, I had like one suitcase and a backpack. I made sure I didn't have a lot. All my military memorabilia, all my cycling gear, I handed it off to people that I knew would enjoy it more than me. That's why here in the house, man, I do not have a single military memorabilia here. I do not have a single cycling memorabilia. Nothing that reminds me of that life. For me, it was kind of like it was almost like when I decided like that was my life. And then when I came here to the Philippines, I was gonna start a new life. It was kind of like a cleansing, cleansing of like, I didn't want to be carrying all that material stuff anymore. I embrace the more minimalist lifestyle, and now it's perfect, because we have, our house is 430 square feet. There's 4 of us now in the house, so we can't have a lot of stuff in the house here. We can't buy something and we have to have a place to put it in the house. So we don't. Our couch is tiny. It's like a little love seat. Everything is like everything is tiny. We have a 1 burner stove, electric stove. It's like Nothing in our house. The biggest thing now in our house is the oven, the electric oven that we bought. It's like that's probably like the biggest thing in the living room, kitchen, dining area here. It's like we don't have a lot of space, but we bought that because Dazzle and we want to learn how to bake. We want to learn how to bake. Actually, today when we got to James and Karen's house, I was gonna bring my notebook and I was gonna like I know they bake a lot of pizza. I want to learn that baking like the dough, how to make that dough and everything, and then what ingredients they use. So I wanted to copy their pizza recipe. You'll get there. It's a good way to practice patience, which y'all need a lot in the Philippines. JB, you are so right about that, man. If one thing that all expats, everybody that moved to the Philippines will learn when they get here, they're gonna have to learn patience. Everything has to be. That would be the number one. The number one thing you're gonna learn here in the Philippines is patience, because a lot of waiting, a lot of standing in line. Nothing happens here fast. It's like if you're like even registering, changing your driver's license, getting your license, or registering your vehicle, or people know this, when they get a motorbike, it takes like, if you buy a brand new motorbike, it takes sometimes a month to sometimes longer to get the title on the registration on the motorbike. It's just patience. You gotta learn patience when you come to the Philippines. I just gave it all away, Sergeant. Yes, right? For me, Edgar, it was like, you do miss it. There was at the time you're going like, man, it's hard to give stuff away, give away things, or sometimes sell things. But for me, I knew I was, it was a part of the time in my life. I knew I was going to change. I wasn't going to be that, for one, I had to, because like, here I was, I'm quitting a good paying job in the US. I'm 45 years old. I'm now just gonna live on my military pension alone. So I knew that the lifestyle that I had in Arizona, I can't afford that. I can't afford that lifestyle here in the Philippines. Even in the Philippines, I can't afford like expensive bicycles. I was paying. I know it's probably crazy to say this, but I was paying over $1,000, $1,500 for a bicycle in the U.S. Because that's how crazy life is there. You want the nice gear, to ride your bike. You're riding with your friends. That was my activity. So, and just like different stuff, different. Even the clothes, the gear that we used to wear, even the shoes, even like the cycling shoes, everything was expensive. I can't even imagine now how much that stuff costs now. But I knew I wasn't gonna live that life here. I knew I was gonna change. Because the minute I landed in Boracay Island in 2011, I had a studio apartment. I mean, my studio apartment is the size of this living room. When you open the door, I had a little bamboo sofa. It was a bamboo, the size of a love seat. Bamboo. It had a cushion on it, and my bed. I had like a double bed, and then my kitchen and bathroom. That was my space for 18 months in Boracay. So I knew, and I knew that coming to the Philippines, I knew I wasn't gonna have a lot of space. So, that's why I pack light when I headed here. Fortune, hey, good morning, Fortune, good AM, and dear friends. All right, good deal, Fortune. Wow, rainy still. I think Michael was saying that it was rain off and on still in Trece Martires. But here it's sunny, man. It is sunny. I mean, that sun, like if I peek, like you can see it in my hand. It's like the sun is bright here. Stuff always happens every day, so we go with the flow. I say, let's go with the flow, right? It's like, one thing, Mom Janet, we don't sweat the small stuff. The people that's been here in the Philippines, that like me, I've been retired here now for 14 years. When we hear like typhoons, floods, to us it's just like power outages. It's like we go with the flow, because it's like it's something we can survive it. We've been here 14 years. We've survived a lot of things here already. So it's like we don't sweat the. To me, if it's not has to do with my health, everything's just small stuff. It's like if I'm healthy, the rest of the things that happen here in the Philippines is small stuff to me. To me, the big thing is the health. My health. That's like the most important thing. Anything else, like if my car breaks or a battery doesn't work, or it's like somebody's late or somebody didn't fix something right. Small stuff. That's all small stuff. It's like nothing to be worried about. A lot of times we laugh about it. I'm sure, like even with that incident, like you guys mentioned, with the termites or fly, I'm sure they're all like laughing about it now. I'm sure they're like, it's not a big thing. It's nothing that they can't handle. Hello, Fortune. Blessed day, blessed Sunday to everyone. Ooh, electric bull. I have not ridden an electric bull in my life. I never got a chance. I should have, when I was in San Antonio, Texas, because they did have electric bull there. I guess I was just intimidated, Mom Janet. I guess I was like, man, I don't want to. I was active duty at the time, military, and they always tell us when we were in active duty, Mom Janet, not to do anything to like harm our body. Because it's like, don't do anything that, that can injure yourself. And I see that electric bull, it's like, I could see that hurting my back or something like that. So I never took a chance. Then castles for the oh, nice, the bouncy castles. Those are fun. Those are fun. Leanna still does that. Leanna still does the bouncy castle. She loves that. Lagoon trips, volleyball channel. Oh, nice. That's gonna be a fun day. Fun day for sure. Hey, Alba Thoughts, my friend. I'm looking here if you're still in Hawaii, man. Aloha. So you're still in Hawaii. All right, man. Glad you made it safely in Hawaii, man. I know you're missing your family in the Philippines, so hopefully you get everything squared away in Hawaii and you'll be on your way back. Jollibee spaghetti costs $4 here. Oh wow, that's an expensive spaghetti. I think I can still get. I think I still can get a Jollibee spaghetti for $1. I think $1. I think 50 something here in Calibo. Have fun, man. Have fun in your time. I know you're taking care of business in Honolulu, but you'll be with your family soon enough, my friend. Back in the Philippines with your lovely wife and your 2 kids. A dozen eggs cost $10. Wow, that's like That's almost 600 pesos for a dozen eggs. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. We pay $2. $2 is what we're paying. We like the extra large or extra large eggs, and we've been paying 10 pesos. So a dozen is 120 pesos. And that dollar's climbing up again. It's over 57 pesos. It was down to like 54 pesos per dollar. Now it's back up to like 57 and climbing. So good sign for people that earn dollars here in the Philippines. And a lot of people earn dollars here. It's not just like expats. It's not, a lot of families here in the Philippines, they rely on remittance from America, Canada, from Middle East. It's like it's hard to find a family here that doesn't get remittance from somebody, from somebody around the world. Remittance is like a big part of the Philippine economy. What time is the fight? I think they're about to start the pre-fights, Mom Janet. Usually this time in the morning, they have several pre-fights, but it's always Manny. The main event usually is around noontime to 1 p.m. That's usually like the main event. It's at the MGM Grand. MGM Grand. And with this fight, Manny will set the record for most championship fights at the MGM. He will beat Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield for the number of championship fights at the MGM in Las Vegas. Doxycycline drink immediately after exposure to. Ooh, good tip, Fortune. I try not to be exposed to flood water. Thankfully, here in our subdivision, we never had a flood here. The developer, Camellia, I think they elevated it, and the drainage system here is awesome. It's like there's actually areas here in Numancia because again, we bump up to like the Aklan River. When I go to Calibo, I have to pass the Numancia-Calibo Bridge. So we're up against the Aklan River, but we've never had a flood here in our area. But now Numancia has, it's like even the highway, the main highway in Numancia, when you cross over that from Calibo, you cross over to Numancia, the first barangay you hit is Bulwang. It's called Bulwang. I've seen flood there, man. I've seen flood there like a neck high. Cars can't go through in Bulwang. They have floods there because again, they're right on the river. So when that river rises, that Bulwang area gets flooded. That's where like the Yamaha dealership is, Ramboy's, Limpo, business area, man. It gets flooded there. I have seen at least 2 or 3 times now where that area gets flooded. And when that happens, we can't go to Calibo. When that happens, we're like, you don't want to go to Calibo anyway. When the Bulwang area gets flooded, I know there's flooding in Calibo. So I don't take any chances. The minute I hear flooding in our area, we just stay home because like we're safe here in our community. We've never been flooded here at Camellia Clan. But good tip, man. I'll have to take a picture of that. I'll have to do research on that, Fortune, regarding the doxy. Because Fortune's wife is a ER doctor for over 20 years. So he's got a lot of knowledge about this stuff. I'm sure his wife's always telling him things to avoid and things like that. But like Fortune, I was mentioning earlier here in Calibo, I was looking at my Facebook. There was areas because of all the rain that we've got in the past couple of days. There was areas in Calibo where they had like knee-high floodwater, and of course the kids are like out playing in the floodwater. I'm like, oh man, it's like lots of kids were playing on the floodwater, and that can't be good, man. That can't be good when I wouldn't want Leanna to be she's not allowed to go play and stuff like that. What's up, bro? Brendan Case. I'm good, bro. Thank you for asking. Appreciate that, Brendan. I was going to try HD video footage of the rodeo they have here in California. They don't allow professional cameras with large lenses. Okay. Fight starts in 7 minutes. All right. Before the main event. Yep. What time is it there? It is now 8:20 a.m. Must be great food in gym. Oh, I'm sure, Fortune. I'm sure. It's that provincial, like homemade cooking. It's like where they butcher the animal and they cook different in giant pots. That's kind of like how it, Fortune, how province, with the big like giant wok and they're mixing stuff, you know, man. I love that stuff, man. There's always like, I know there's always like menudo, Filipino style menudo. You always caldereta, lumpia. I heard James was waiting on the fresh lumpia. Man, we are gonna eat good. I know we're gonna eat good for lunch today. It's gonna be a fun day, fun day to celebrate. And with the sunshine, all week it's been raining. Now it's sunshine. So gonna be a very blessed party. I'm happy for Karen. She's gonna have a great celebration with family and friends. That's gonna be awesome. We own this property. This is private. Yes, I know. So I got to go. All right, Mom Janet. Enjoy the party. Enjoy your family. Who is Dazzle? I thought that was you. No, I'm not Dazzle. Dazzle is my wife. We named Dazzle TV. We named the channel after my wife. I'm Ginno. My name's Ginno. My TRICARE was under 30 bucks. Yeah, that's how ours is, Daniel. Ours is about 30. I think $30. And when I do start Medicare, it goes to nearly 200. Around 7 more. Makes I know, man. It's like I don't try to make sense, Daniel. I just, to me, things like that, Daniel, it's like you just got to go with the flow. Nothing, you can't argue it. There's nothing we can do. It's like if we want to maintain our insurance, if I want to maintain my TRICARE, I have to sign up for Medicare Part B. So not a big thing. It's like, by that time I'll have 2 pension. I'll have my Social Security. So with my military pension. So it's fine. I have lived here in the Philippines now for 14 years on my military pension alone. So for me to get my Social Security when I collect at 62, it's going to be, for us, it's going to be a financial boost, financial boost for Dazzle and I. Fortune saw in James Cairns' vlog, they went to the banks of Aklan River. Yes, I saw that video too. That one where they filmed the cows and they filmed the corn, all that corn, and you can see the banks of. Yeah, I caught a little bit of it when we went the other day. Dazzle was filming. We were on top of the Numancia Calibo Bridge. That water is high. Like I said, normally, if I look down that bridge, it's at least 30 feet. And now you only have maybe 6 feet before it reaches the bridge. So that's 24 feet of water. A lot of water, Fortune. Totally agree, Trophy. Let them assess for themselves. Yes. Hey, Tim, my good friend in Las Vegas. Yo. Good morning, Tim. Hey, dear. All right, Sula, how are you and what's your weather? Dazzle is Gino's wife. Yes. All right. Ooh, good thing. I just noticed that. I have to plug in, make sure I don't lose you guys. Good thing it gave me like the battery level. All right, hopefully that will work. I always have the Blue Yeti connected because we have been having power outages. When rainy season hits here in our area in Aklan province, like yesterday, I think we had 2 power outages. The day before, we had 3 power outages. It just happens. The power outages don't last very long. They last not even an hour, but that's why when I do the live stream, I always hook up to our Blue Yeti power station, our internet. That way I don't lose you guys. Because what happens if I lose you guys, it won't save the live stream from the beginning. So it it happened one time in hang. So I ended up deleting the video because I don't want people, watching the replay and it's hang on my face. Is that that's Ginno? His wife is Dazzle. All right, I didn't know. No worries, Sula. No worries. Happy to have you. Happy to have you on the live stream. Great people in the live stream. Yeah, if you follow my live stream, there's nice people here, good people here on the live stream. I'm hanging it out there in my knee. Ooh, man. Yes, we're rooting for you, Mom Janet. We're always sending our thoughts and prayers. I know you've been through a lot. With my okay, Fortune. Dazzle will turn 30. It's a big number for Dazzle. 30. It's like she's excited. Of course, Leanna's giving her a hard time about being old at 30. Leanna's 12, so, they're sisters, so they always give each other a hard time. In San Francisco, but they don't allow cameras. They're either unless you're with the media. Yeah. I'm seeing more stuff like that here to HD where they don't allow recording. I know when they have concerts here in Calibo, our Mayor Sucro, he's pretty big on bringing concerts, things like that to Calibo, and they don't let you record on those either here. That's after 2 surgeries next week is left leg assessment. I just say, is that all, and find another way? Yes. Seems like very restricted with filming over there. If you're in the Philippines, everyone definitely will be. Everybody will. I know, right, JB? Like when it's funny how when you go to some events, everybody's recording it live. Everybody, or Facebook living an event. It's like that's common now. I see that now when there's like a concert or an actress, a celebrity comes to Calibo. They're hounded by phones, following them. Facebook Live, everybody's Facebook living it. Ooh, WNBA championship. I'll have to look that up because we watch the WNBA. Dazzle likes watching the WNBA. All-Star game. Oh, okay. Currently not playing. I like men's. Yes, we do. We watch NBA and WNBA here too, Mom Janet. Do you ever miss the USA? I don't actually. It's like I do not miss. If anything, I miss some people. I do miss friends. There are certain family friends that my family, most of them come to the Philippines, so that's not an issue. And then I've had a few friends. Randy was he just flew in here. Mariah flew in. A lot of people I see that especially they know I'm here in Aklan province. They know I'm close to Boracay. So when people come to the Philippines from the United States, I would say half of them go to Boracay, because it's easy for people to fly to Boracay. From Manila, if you come to Manila or Cebu City, there's direct flights to Boracay Island now. 1 hour and a 15-minute ferry ride, you're in Boracay. So easy for people to come to Boracay. And they know I'm here. And of course, if I have family members, friends that go to Boracay, I'm going to go see them because I'm eager to whoa, it's like, I haven't seen you in a long time. So for me, that's why I don't miss going to the US, because my friends and my relatives have been coming to the Philippines. My sister, she saw me when I was going through my cancer treatments in 2023, and she'll be here again in January, February, and she plans on staying for months this time. She's not gonna stay for just 30 days. She plans on maybe 6 months when she comes here in January, February. So I'll get to hang out with my sister. My sister's in Houston, Texas. My sister's 69, and I'll be 59 in what's the day? In maybe 10 days, I'll be 59. So my sister's 10 years older, but we're close. We're close to each other. For Spurs, oh man, you got it made, Fortune. You're lucky. You know, I lived in San Antonio, so I followed the Spurs for like 5 years. I'm a Lakers fan. I've always been since the Magic Johnson days. I lived in Los Angeles, but I love the Spurs. That used to be Dazzle's team too when Kawhi Leonard played for the Spurs. But I mean, they're an up and coming team. I don't think they're going to be in the playoffs next year, Fortune. And you got many years of the Spurs being good. Dylan Harper, the draft pick for the Spurs, he's awesome, man. He's going to be a beast. He's going to be a beast in the NBA. Ron Harper's kid, man. You got Castle. You got Ron Harper's kid. You got De'Aaron Fox, and then Wemby. Man, Spurs are like, they're going to be a beast for many years to come. You're lucky, Fortune. Your team's going to be a good team. Only on certain events. These are events you have to pay for or hard to get into. The Stern Festival is free, but you go in the lottery to get in. I know that's one thing I noticed. HD in your area, HD films like a lot of Japanese festival. There's a lot of events, a lot of events and a lot of cool events in HD's San Francisco area, that area. A lot of fun things to do. Lots of it will be donate, but hope to raise a few dollars to help with the cost of moving. Yeah. Sula, I hope your surgery goes okay, Janet. Yes, everybody's hoping and praying, Mom Janet. It's like stays healthy. CC. So she missed games. She top vote. So one team named after her. Okay, all right. Doctor said no surgery. We do gel injections as triple heart patient. It's no can do. Caution with this new heart. The Spurs should be fun to watch this year. Yeah, that's the same thing I'm thinking, JB, man. Dylan Harper, man. He's half his mom's Filipina. Half Filipina. Ron Harper's the dad, man. Dylan Harper's mom, she's like she played college ball and she's a coach, so man, he's got all the genes for becoming a good basketball player, and he's built for it, man. He's 6'6", point guard. Shooting he's got to work on shooting, but he's gonna be a beast in the NBA, man. I remember Ron Harper, his dad. At one time, I tell this to Dazzle all the time. Before Ron Harper injured his knee, he was in the same level, comparable level to Michael Jordan in the 80s. That's how good Ron Harper was when he played for Cleveland. HD, very nice experience to be in front of a live professional orchestra. I close my eyes a few times to focus on the sound. Yeah, I bet, man. I would do the same thing, HD. I would do the same thing if I was like, that would look very nice on the pregame show. Yes, JB. They also have a Pinoy. Yeah, Harper, man, Pinoy. Yeah, that's why he's gonna attract a lot. The Spurs. There can be a lot of Spurs fans because of Dylan Harper. He's gonna bring in a lot more Filipino. Filipinos are addicted to basketball anyway, but more Spurs. Once they see him playing the NBA, he's gonna attract a lot of attention. Spurs are the bomb. Fantastic team, yeah. Emily, hello and welcome. How are you? Correct, Fortune. People have mixed feelings about Harper, but I think he's good, and he's in. Oh yeah, yeah. You know, he's gonna be a super player, man. Experience an orchestra on the music. The Philippine Philharmonic Orchestra is playing. They were on the side of the stage, but very impressive. Very impressive. Me, I've seen like music being played live and things like that in Iloilo City. They have events in Iloilo City where you can sit with the watch a live orchestra. Even during the holidays, if you're ever by SM City Iloilo, inside the mall, they'll have like choir, like Filipino choir. I've watched a few of them, and good singers, good singers. They'll sing like American, like Christmas songs and Filipino Christmas songs too. I do the same thing, HD. I just sit there sometimes at the mall. I close my eyes and I just listen to like their voice, that choir voice. It's like I love listening to that. Both are thrilling events. Yeah. Spurs now have three solid guards. We need quality bigs. Yeah, they're gonna have a good like the three guard combination. Up and coming team for sure. That they all young guys. They're gonna do damage. Fortune, they're gonna do damage. Yeah, that's the thing. I think Popovich will always be involved. He won't be the coach, but I'm sure he's still running the show. He's still running the show here. And then one thing about the Spurs, one thing nice about them, if you see how they operate the organization, Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, they live in, they have houses in San Antonio and they're around the team. So you got those legends surrounding the team still that participate still with the team. It's kind of like they have the same vibe. San Antonio has the same vibe as like the New York Knicks. You watch the New York Knicks in the playoffs, all their players from the past. Clyde Frazier, Patrick Ewing, Oakley. You got all their players from the Bernard King. All their players from the past are in the game. So there's that. They rally in a team, and for people that haven't been in San Antonio, San Antonio is it's a city, but the Spurs are it. The Spurs are it as far as in San Antonio. It's not like if you go to Los Angeles, you got the Dodgers, you got the Angels, you got the Chargers football, or you got the Rams. There's so many Clippers, Lakers, so many teams in one city. In San Antonio, it's the Spurs. It's a Spurs town. It's like everybody it's the small market. Everybody roots for the Spurs. I mean, I've been to several Spurs games, and they love their Spurs in San Antonio. Any expat who can't learn to be patient will not make it. And yes, my friend, you're so right there, Lawrence. It's like you have to learn patience. And I've mentioned that many times on live streams, many times on my videos, because if you don't learn patience, if you let little things, that's why I mentioned earlier, it's like I just go with the flow. You can't let little things bother you, because if little things bother you, it kind of like little thing, it adds up over time, and then it'll consume you. That, man, I can't stand this place. There's so many things I can't stand. It will make you unhappy about living here. To me, like I said, for me, my health is priority. If I'm healthy, the rest of the things in my life, the rest of the things that happen in my environment, it's little. It's not even that important. I can like disregard it. It's not a big thing. I don't make a big thing of little things. Like I said, health, number one, important, my health, but anything else besides health to me is like a minor. I've been to orchestra and opera in Singapore, Sydney Opera House. I have seen pictures of that. That big in Sydney, that thing that towers over that water, that opera house. It's very calming music. It's music without chaos. Has hard shoes to fill. Yes, very hard shoes to fill to be after Greg Popovich. For sure, Pop. Did you know he majored in Soviet studies? Yes, I do know all about Pop. Yeah, he's like he's an academy grad. He's an academy grad in the United States Air Force. A lot of and that's common actually, Fortune, because if you're an academy graduate, military academy graduate during that era, we have a lot of people that studied the Soviet Union. I'm pretty sure now they're studying China, because China's the new enemy. So I'm sure a lot of academy grads, that's what they're studying. Do you have outdoor symphony? JB, correct, Janet. Love listening to it on long drives. Simply social. Going back, that's a lot of 1,800s, 1800s. That's no electric blackouts. $1,500 and it's not considered high for a bike. I'm sure, Lawrence. Like I said, this was back, like mid 2000, like 2005, 2004 when I got retired from the military. So I was retired military. I had my pension, and then I worked in Tucson, Arizona for Carondelet Health. So good pay, so I could afford like $1,500 for a bike. But now I would never pay that. I would never pay that here in the Philippines. So if you told me I can buy a bike, I would buy a bicycle now for $1,500. I would tell you that's crazy amount of money. But I paid that in 2005, 2006. I would pay that for a bicycle. But I'm sure, Lawrence, now that's probably not, I'm sure probably double that for the bicycles that I used to ride. No, I didn't know that, Fortune. JP, all right, JP, all right, my friend. Hello, JP. Glad you made the live stream, JP. I had a chance to talk with Yanni from Greece. I've heard of that name. I've heard of that Yanni, man. I have to look it up. But I have heard of Yanni. I didn't know that, Fortune. That's why Spurs was always a pioneer when it came to overseas players. Yes. Yeah. They were the Spurs. They brought in Ginobili, man. They brought in they drafted Tony Parker, from France. Always ahead of their time, bringing overseas player. And because Pop was military, he's very demanding, but Pop knew how to run a tight ship. You knew who the boss was. You knew who the boss of the Spurs is, right? There's no confusion who is in charge of the Spurs when Pop ran it. So that, just like Ireland, You need a lot of patience. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know. Ireland's the same. You need a lot of patience. Thank you. Thank you, Sula, for sharing that. The Sydney Opera House is very famous place. It's hard to imagine the difference it would make. It would make to have a very nice music hall. Would not have expected Ireland. I was a Bulls fan during the MJ and Spurs. I like Duncan. Yeah, you know that the whole organization, Ginobili, Pop, Tony Parker. Yeah, I followed the Spurs just because when I lived in San Antonio from 1995 to 2000. I remember when Duncan got drafted, David Robinson, Sean Elliott, and again a lot of those people like David Robinson, Sean Elliott, a lot of them have homes in San Antonio. A lot of them if you go to a Spurs game now, you'll see them at the game. Very, they have a brotherhood. They have the organization is like they embrace, kind of like the New York Knicks. They embrace their legends. You see them at the games. JP, if you buy a repossessed scooter from a dealer, will it be licensed and just need? Yes, that's the easiest way to go, JP. If you buy a used repossessed from the dealership, they already have it's already titled. So they will just transfer the title to your name, but it's already legit. You don't need the minute they switch, and it doesn't take so long. It does. A new motorcycle, that's another story. It could take a month or more to get a title on a new motorcycle. And I don't understand that. It's one of those things in the Philippines that if you try to understand, it'll just stress you. It's better just to say that's the way they do things. And, I'll just like, what is the process? But not discouraging you from buying a new motorbike. You can still buy a new motorbike. You just have to, the dealership, when you buy a new motorbike, JP, what they'll do is like they'll keep issuing you week to week, 1 week temporary registration. So after 1 week, you got to go back to the dealership and they'll issue you again a 1 week temporary. So it's a hassle, don't get me wrong, of going back to the motorcycle dealership every week until you get your original. But, it's the process, nothing we can do about that. There's no going around that unless we find somebody we know at the LTO. That's always like the case, if you have an inside person at the LTO that can kind of like maneuver that, Yep, Ginno, we are champions of working through issues. Health issues are definitely high focus and our full self-attention. Yes. For me, that's it's like, of course, my family, my relationship with God, that's important to me. But my health, everything in my day revolves on making sure I get rest. I feed my body with nourishment, and I'm careful, like my focus, when you go through cancer treatments like I did, radiation and chemo, your health is like your number one priority because my immune system is compromised now. So I have to watch everything. I have to make sure I get 8 hours of sleep, naps during the day. I have to make sure that my endurance is not the same. So I can't be running around all day and then, I have a limit. I know my limit. I always have to make sure that, I'm feeling it now. I'm getting weaker. So I'm time to rest. Time to rest. I never overdo it. I try to always and Dazzle watches out for me anyway. She'll always like, babe, you're doing too much, time to rest, or time, and Dazzle, Leanne, and Mom here in the house, they don't want me doing anything here, even like lifting the container, not even laundry, they don't want me doing anything because they want to make sure I get plenty of rest. JB, for example, when I was in the USA, you can drive in and get your oil changed while sitting in your car. Yep, I remember that. Jiffy Lube in the US. I remember doing that. You can Here you have to book it a week in advance, and then they have your car for 2 days. For 2 days, wow, wow. That's not even like that here, Sula. I can get a same day. I can get a walk-in appointment now for an oil change at my Toyota dealership for my car. Go in there and I can be done in like 2 hours. Sit in their nice lobby, have free coffee, TV, just relax and be done. I can do it, but we don't have the population. This is not we live in the province, so we don't have the cities. We don't have the city population here in Numancia. I rode the bull once, Ginno, and got off. Didn't get thrown off. If you do, they have I remember, they have a cushion. They have for soft landing. The mat rents for, ooh, wow, 500 US dollars. Yeah, I never got to try. I saw them when I was in San Antonio. I would attend a rodeo in San Antonio, and they would have them. But, like I said, at the time I was active duty military, and our supervisors, and at that time I was a supervisor myself, they always tell us, when we're off duty in the military, don't do anything crazy that will hurt yourself and come back to work and you're complaining that you hurt something. 2 weeks, wow. The fast service, 2 weeks fast service. I met Manny in 2019 in the, oh nice, we were in a meeting. I have never met, never seen Manny live. I've never seen, just on TV. Oh, cool. Yeah. I do have a glove here that's signed by Manny because a relative of mine got it signed by Manny. She was like, I think in Los Angeles at the time, and then Manny was training, and she got close enough to wear a glove. I got like, it's not 2 gloves, I got 1 glove that has Manny's signature. All right, Fortune. I always tell people that the one must do for me when in Sydney visit. Yeah, I would think that would be a go-to place when people visit Sydney would be the Opera House, because you can see from the outside. It's kind of shaped like an arc. You can see from the outside. Just the architecture alone, from what I see out on the outside picture, is awesome. A plumber could be a few weeks. Wait, wow, no. That's one thing nice in the province, If plumbing, electrical, anything happens here, I can get somebody here in the same day. It's like there's always people here. All I have to do on my group chat, I say, hey, anybody know a plumber? Next thing you know, I'm getting like 100 messages. Hey, my brother knows my brother, and they're in my house. It's like home service. Home service is that, it's like, because everybody knows a lot, there's a lot in the province. You'll notice if you live here in Aklan province, there's just a lot of people that are handy with their hands. A lot of carpenters, plumbers, electricians, like passed down knowledge from their grandparents to the parents to like the generation now. There's always people that like like at James and Garrett's house, you see people tiling their floor, cement, build. If they ever want to build like a cement wall there's always people here. There's always people that you can get that know how to do that stuff. Now me, I don't know that stuff, man. I'm terrible. I'm terrible when it comes to like do it yourself stuff. I'm a good painter now. I've done enough painting in my military career that I can paint a house. I can paint anything, but I'm not good with like anything do it yourself. But painting, I can paint. I painted a lot of things in my military career. Thanks for your kind thoughts. You're welcome, Lawrence. You're welcome, Lawrence. Oh, I'm always happy to chat with you, Lawrence. You're a good. I can tell you're a good person. I like to surround myself with good people. First and last thing to pack for the move should be patience. Should pack a lot of patience. Pack a lot of patience. Yes, Sydney Opera House is the symbol. You see it. You know where it is. Can't miss. Has visited. All right. Right, JP? But eventually you will get used to it. Is it Manny Pacquiao? Yes, Manny Pacquiao fight. It's tonight. It is in a couple of hours now. We're down to like maybe 3 hours from the start of the main event. Manny against Barrios. Barrios from Mexico. Receive from Manny at the MGM setting the record. Yes. I saw that. I haven't seen the flag yet. The ban. I haven't seen the actual banner, but I remember a commentator was saying that he's gonna break the record for most fights at the MGM. He's gonna pass. He's gonna be past Mike Tyson and Evander Holyfield. So that's a big deal. That's a big deal for Filipinos, man. He is the pride of the Filipino people, man. Is that you can identify it by its silhouette, right? The whole opera house is covered in custom roof tiles. The way it shimmers in the sun by the harbor. Oh, wow. Yeah, I would love to see that in person one day, JB. Is fighting now. All right. Is a former champ, short reign, hoping for another crack. It's about 30 minutes behind on the chat. Oh, I am. I'm sorry, man. I gotta go fast now. Man. I didn't realize it. I always skip behind me with these comments. All right, I gotta go fast because I'm almost at 2 hour mark. I always want to keep it at around 2 hours. And is their second name is Magsaya, one United Fortune. Philippines has 2 current world champs, but in a smaller rate. JB Sula, correct. The only 8 division. Yes. Fortune. The highest at one time, only Manny campaigning the midweights. Most are in the smaller. Yes. Most Filipinos are in like the flyweight. Flyweight. Welterweight is almost pushing it for a Filipino, man. Welterweight is already, pushing it for Filipino fighters. I might have to find a Manny Pacquiao shirt so Filipino Filipino, it's like they'll like you anyway. I like you, JP. I can tell you're a good dude, And if you come to the province, you'll notice anyway, JP. Province people are just mellow. Province people are laid back. You're not gonna find a more laid back people than people in the provinces. People here just smile all the time. People in the provinces, even though they're farmers, they're fishermen, they're hardworking people. They're just easygoing, man. They don't stress about stuff that people in the cities in the Philippines. City life, even in the Philippines, is, to me, city life in the Philippines is still harder than the province life. Province life is just like laid back. It's like they do work long hours. Don't get me wrong. The farmers here in the Philippines, they work from the sunrise to sunset. But they know how to enjoy life too. They take a lot of siestas during the day, not just because they're farmers, they're working constantly. Nobody works out in the middle of the day here in the heat. Everybody after lunch, common to see people laying on hammocks here underneath a coconut tree, underneath a tree, just relaxing. That's a common thing you see here in the province. You need 2 shirts, Manny and Gilas. And Gilas, right? Gilas Filipinas, man. Oh my God, Manalang. He is my mother's favorite fighter. I can't believe it. Wow, who is he fighting? JP, make sure you get Filipinas Gilas basketball. Don't worry, JB. I will make sure JP is JP will have all that when he gets here. Rufinos, Indonesia said hi. Hello, hello. He is fighting a world champ. Yep, Barrios, Fortune, and JB. I knew both names. I've learned the important thing about the Philippines. Sula, Manny is well loved as long as he stays in boxing. Love listening to your live stream. It's like I have the Philippines. Oh, thank you, Lawrence. I'm glad. Thank you, Lawrence. The Philippines is fire. It's fire. You know, I don't have one. I don't have a Gilas jersey, man. I need to get me one. At one time, my classmates and I we were in college. We were watching Gilas, and we were doing the puso. You know, puso Gilas, the Gilas puso. All right, thank you, Daniel. Ellie is turning 31 next month, but both our wives still look so. I know. People always tell me they can't believe Dazzle's turning 30. They thought she was like 20. You know, it's like. Is like, oh, I know, Fortune. I mean, it's like that basketball is life in the Philippines. You know, Filipinos. You know. It doesn't matter that a lot of Filipinos are not tall. Basketball is life here. You know, it's like played everywhere. Played in Boracay. They even play in the dirt. You know, full court. I saw full court basketball court in Boracay in the dirt. You know, no cement, no wood. It's like dirt floor, dribbling in like dirt. You know, a full court basketball court. Basketball, boxing, karaoke. National sport karaoke. Yeah, it is included. I mean, you know, it's like, I wonder where you can watch it. I'm sure we'll end up for me, you know, it's like I'll watch it even if it's a replay, I'm sure we'll figure it out later when we're at James and Karen's house. I'm sure we'll figure out what streaming service or whatever that we can watch it. Which WNBA team does Dazzle like to support? She doesn't right now. I would probably say out of all the teams would be the Sparks, because she knows when this year she hasn't been watching it as much, Lawrence, but before Bumake, I think the name, when the Sparks were in it before, Dazzle would watch the LA Sparks. But this year we haven't watched as many WNBA games, but we'll always watch replays. We'll always watch championship games. You know, we'll always try to watch it. It's been a busy year. It's been a busy year for Dazzle and I. We haven't been able to watch as much sports, as much Netflix. We've been kind of busy lately. You know, Dazzle and I busy lately with YouTube, with our YouTube channel. You know, with meeting people, which is okay. You know, it's like. We're having fun with it, so that's the main thing. Gary Russell Jr. defeats Hugo Castañeda by 10th round TKO. Oh, thank you, HD. Sula, JB, is said fight was yesterday in Las Vegas. The fight is pretty big here, and it's ever here in Australia. There is also Australian fighting. Oh, the fight is happening now. Yep. The fight is today, Sula. All right. I got to go through here quick, man. I got to go through. Peanut Butter Travels. Hello, Peanut Butter Travels. All right. New golden era for the Spurs. Definitely, Lawrence. I agree. New era. Yeah, that Dylan Harper is going to be legit, man. That's going to be legit. I would be kind of nervous for De'Aaron Fox. Because Dylan Harper's coming. So De'Aaron Fox is a good player, but he might be trade bait here pretty soon, because he's, you know, you're gonna see how good Dylan Harper is when he gets to the NBA. Said it was yesterday even. Fortune, when there is a roadie in San, Yes, every year because of the rodeo, they go on the. It's called the rodeo spur strip. Yep. Rodeo is pretty popular in San Antonio. I remember that. The whole town rallies on the rodeo. It's fun. You know, I've been to like a couple of rodeos in San Antonio. Are you using ChatGPT? Hey guy, hey Vegasville, hey Vegasville. I'm gonna rush through this unfortunately because we're hitting the 2 hour mark. I don't and we're gonna have to get ready here to go to James and Karen's Adventures, their Karen's birthday party. And if anybody out there hasn't subscribed to their channel, it's James and Karen's Adventures channel. Great channel. Great channel about life, provincial life here in Aklan province. And the couple are amazing. They're great people. You would love them. Subscribe to their channel, please. Won the fight against Manny? Nice decision. All right, that's weird. That's weird. All right, that's a prediction. Probably JB Manala and Sula. Okay, you're right, Fortune. No worries. No worries. All right, no worries. Joe is kicking Brandford butt right now. He's kicking somebody's butt right now. For Pinoys, usually just buy per review and they have the clan watching the same house. 80, wow, that's crazy. $80. In Australia, Tim has always been under his father's name. Like a reunion. Understand now, JB. All right. Good morning. Hello, man, from Pampanga. Good morning, Angeles City. All right, you're in Angeles. Now I know, man. You know, I know all about Angeles, man. You know, it's like I used to be stationed there at Clark Air Base. In round 7, 2 more cards before. Ooh, Manny's fight is coming up. Two more cards after this one. HD. All right. 2 more cards. Since he's also Air Force. All right. Round 8 is current fight. 2 more fights. Hear me out. There's been a bigger bust than expected with the fight. Everyone is making money. $20. People wouldn't buy fixed boxing fight. That defeats the purpose. Yeah. 80 for watching Pac-Man on Amazon. Wow. $80. I can watch the fight free on a pirate website. All right, thanks, Pat. All right, Brian. That's probably where we'll end up watching it, Brian. I'm sure there's some kind of streaming that's going to happen here in the Philippines that's free. That's usually how we end up watching the pay-per-view here. There's always a way. Filipinos are pretty creative when it comes to these things. Hey, Reb Fred. Hello, Reb Fred. Okay, I'm going to try to go through the comments here. Sorry if I miss any of the comments because I'm going to have to end the live stream here because I have to wake up the girls, make sure we get ready to go to the party. I didn't realize that there were so many comments. Ginno just realized how far behind is. Good reminder, HD. All right, thank you. But thank you for the comments. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate making it a very fun live stream. Afternoon siesta. All right. Andy Bowen. Be competing for the best Filipina at that age. All right, HD in California. 6 p.m. in California. All right. 2 a.m. in Ireland. Okay, 1 hour to Manny fight. All right, Fortune. Thanks for that. All the heads up, guys, on how close we are to that Manny Pacquiao fight. Yes, Gilas is the Philippine national team. The one that plays for FIBA, the one that goes up against FIBA teams. The fight is on. All right. Wow. 2 a.m. 3 a.m. Brandon Figueroa. I know what student. All right. Nope. JB the stream probably won't be later. Ginno is going there 12 p.m. So you can probably asleep. Probably asleep. That was robbery on the fight. Joe was winning and most of the fight. Gino's about 5 minutes away now in the chat. All right, thank you, HD. I'm on 5 minutes. All right. I think I've reached the bottom. I reached the bottom here. Great. Gila's a nickname. All right. I know the website that shows pay-per-view in a lot of networks because Ginno is far behind in the chat. I'll gladly post in the chat. All right. It would be happy with the used MC that have freedom to travel right away. Motorcycle. It would be happy used MC. Yeah. That JP, I would agree. You know, that freedom to travel right away on your motorbike. That would be is like a sprinter. He comes home strong. All right. Thank you, JB. Ginno, thank you so much for chat. All right, Sula, thank you so much for joining the live stream. Information about Ireland. Thank you so much, my friend. And, oh, great. All right, I'm glad you said that, Sula. Welcome to the channel. Terms of service. Joette was most boxing commentators' picks. Gotcha. All right, after watching the fight. All right. I got to the bottom of the comments. Thank you everyone. Enjoy the Manny Pacquiao fight. I know, pretty sure everybody's rooting for Manny. Thank you so much for joining the live stream. And I'm gonna wake up the girls so we can get ready here to go to James and Karen's house in Balete, Aklan. Okay, thank you everyone. Appreciate everyone. And please take care. Have a great day. Enjoy the fight and stay blessed. Stay blessed, everyone.